Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture. In this lecture, I will discuss about lambda function. In previous lecture, I discussed about the function, what is the function and how to use this function. And I also use the concept to solve the and building a one simple calculator. In this lecture, I will discuss about what is lambda function and what should be the syntax for a lambda function and how and there are some examples that convey the idea how to use the lambda function and where we can use the lambda function like in map function, sorted function and filter function. And after theory part I will write a code where I will implement the concept whatever I discuss here, then I will write the code in VS Code. So let's start this lecture. Lambda function is in Python a small anonymous, let me take a pen. Okay, a small anonymous function that can have any number of argument. Please pay more attention here. Any number of argument. There is no limitation of argument, but having only one expression. You cannot use the multiple expression. Okay, I will explain what is that. Uh, there can be any number of argument in a lambda function, but having only one expression. It is small and anonymous function. As discussed the function in a previous lecture, it is different from the whatever I discussing the lambda function. So let us understand the what should be the syntax for a lambda function. So syntax is we use the lambda keyword. Lambda keyword, okay, and having a argument, and expression. Here we have only one expression, but we can have a number of arguments. I will explain you through the example. So lambda is a keyword in the Python that are used to define the anonymous as well as small function. An argument may be any input parameter. We can have any number of, but expression only one, that is evaluated as well as returned. Okay, there are two things happen here. It will performing the operation of on a argument and return the value. It must be single expression, not with the multiple expression. Okay, so let us take example. Suppose I want to add in two number. I can use the def to add the number, but when I write this a and b and I will write, it requires a two lines of code. But if I use the lambda function, it will only give you answer in a single line of code. That's why it is very concise and highly recommended to use this function. As I say, we can use the number of argument. So here I use the x and y and performing operation on a single expression. We cannot use the multiple expression. We have only x plus y. We cannot use here x minus y by writing comma. We cannot write. We can only have a addition here or subtraction here other operation. So if I if I write first define the lambda function, and it will performing operation addition of two argument and returning the values. So we will get a 8 here. Okay, and if you want to multiply it, so for that you use the x star dot y. Okay, so here we have only one single expression. So we performing operation, it will multiply it and return the value. So we'll get a 15. Okay, so if I want to add a three number, so I can mention here x, y and z, three argument here, and performing a operation over a 3 argument. I'm adding that argument and getting a 5, 3, 8 and 10. Okay, so that is a very concise way of when we add, multiply and other type of work we can do with the lambda function. It will give you only single line code to define a function. Lambda function can be used within the function. It will provide you multiplier effect. I will show you. Like I made a one function, my function. Here what I am doing, I am returning the lambda a, and a is the argument, and this is the expression. This is n is a parameter. I define my function, and this a is a parameter. So what I did, I make a function double, and this double is again called through a 11. It means what we are doing first, when I define the my function, when I call the my function, so I write 2. So it means it is replaced by 2. It means a into 2. Then when I call the my double, so it will accept the a become a 11 and 2 is remain, so we will get a 22. Okay, we are 22. So how we can use the lambda function within the def function? Similarly, if I want to triple the number, so I can define the my function with 3, and I call the my tripler by 11, so we get a 33. Okay, so we get a 33. So lambda function can be which is very small and anonymous, which can be combined with the built-in function like map function, filter function and sorted function. So I will cover each and every one in depth through example. Okay, so map function, what they do, they apply the function to all item in a iterable object. We have a like list. I take example, I have a list where I write a integer 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want the square of that number. So how do I do? For that we can use a map function. What map do? Mapping the each item, performing the operation over the each item in the iterable object. Like this is the expression. Okay, this is a function. We can say this is a function. This is a function, not expression. This is a function. Here is the iterable object. So what they do? They are like in num. We write 1 will come. 1 will be come to here, and 1 will be square. We get 1. Okay. We take 2. 2 become a 2 square become a 4. Similarly, we get a 9 and we get a 16. So map take it to two argument. First is a function and iterable object. Function we can be defined with the simple and small and anonymous function, that is lambda function. What they do? They are using the each item of a iterable object and performing the operation. The operation here is squaring the number. So we get this list in output. Okay. I will also write this when I write a code in a VS Code. Okay. In filter, we are selecting the number. Like I want a even number or odd number, so we need to check number is even or not. We can do this thing also through if else block, but we want to use the filter keyword, filter function as well as lambda function. What filter do? Filter selecting the element from a iterable object like list that satisfy the condition. It means we get it true and false. If it is true, it will return. It is false, it will not return. Okay. Like here I write a filter function. It will take a similarly as a map function. Here it will take a iterable object. So what happen, in an iterable object we take each item, like I take a 1 modulus 2, it means it will provide a modulus, will give you a reminder. If it is reminder equal to 0, it means it is a true. But here 1 by 1, it will not give you a reminder 0, so it is not a even number. It means this expression will give a false for a 1. When I take a 2, 2 reminder 2 is 2 modulus 2 means it is giving a 0. So it is a true. So it means 1. So here we will get 2. 3, it will not give a reminder 0. So it will give a false. So we will not try it. So here we will do a 4. Similarly, I will do 6 and 8. So that is the even number. We can do also for odd number. For that we need to change a condition. So what will I do? I will write a not equal to 0. So I will get a 1, 3, 5 as well as 7. Okay. So filter selecting the element based on the specific condition. That condition can be written through the lambda function. So in this example, I explain how we can use the lambda function with the filter as well as map. Next is sorted. In sorted, like we have a tuple of a dictionary, we want to sort the list with a this integer, not a first element. Okay, in a tuple we want to sort the element from a second item in a tuple. So how to do it? For that we can use the sorted function. We do normally, we write a iterable object, as well as in key we need to mention at what parameter we need to keep in mind while sorting. So we need to sort the this students list through a second element of a tuple. So how we can write it? We can write through writing a x is argument, writing colon and x1. X means here we take a this tuple. X means here we take a this tuple, and in this tuple I choose a 1. Indexing start from 0, so I take a 1. We want a integer should be sorted, so I take a 1. So we will get a sorted answer. So what should be the output? Output should be a Bob and 20. Okay, 20, and here Alice. Okay, and 25. So we have sorted the list through a key parameter using a lambda function. Similarly, we can do for a dictionary. We have a dictionary in a key and value, so we can sort dictionary as well. Okay. So final takeaway from this lecture is that if I say lambda function, you should use when you need a simple and anonymous function, only one line expression, you should use the lambda function. Okay. If you want to use the lambda, like lambda should be used with the other built-in function like map, filter and sorted. How sorted can be done through a, when we have a tuple in a list, a dictionary in a list, we can sort the iterable object. We can use a filter if we want to select the given number based on the condition. And mapping is we are performing an operation on each item of a iterable object. You need function only once in your code. You should use the lambda function. You don't need to reuse the lambda function, but you only use the once. Okay. When you should avoid, don't use the lambda function is when function logic are very complex. So you should use the DEF, that is explained in previous lecture. Okay. If you have a multiple statement or expression, so you should use the DEF, not a lambda function. Lambda is only used when you have a single one line expression you need, and having a single expression, as well as you can use with the map, filter and sorted function. Okay. Or this function can only use when you need only once this function. If you want to reuse this function, so you have to use a DEF based function. Okay. So let's move to the VS Code, where I will explain whatever concept I discussed here. I will implement on the VS Code. Okay, so move to the VS Code. Okay, so first I will make a new file, lambda function, okay, .py. After entering, okay, so first write a lambda function. Take a say example, like I want to add it, add lambda okay, I want to add two number a and b, writing colon, and here I will write an expression what operation I want on the argument, and we know it accept the argument and as well as do a operation, and it also return the value. So we need to store this value, so I write here add. Okay, so I will write here print add and writing the arguments. So at 12 and 5, so you will see the answer 17. Yeah, we get a 17 answer. Now if you want to add a 4 number, suppose I will write here C and D, so I will write C and D, and we will get a 25. So we can take any number of arguments, like I've taken 4 arguments, it will work, but it should have only single expression. 25 we get. Okay, we can do any operation over it. And if I want to use the lambda function with the map function, so I comment out, I write like numbers list, and here I will write 1 2 3 4 and 5, here squared, and here I will write map function, map list. First we need to convert into the map object into a list, and here I will write map take a 2 argument. Here you can see function and iterable object, so I will write a function. We want a square of the number, so I will write a square of a number, here I will write square. Okay, I will write here. Okay, here I will write number iterable object, so here you will get a square of a number, print squared. So you will see the 1 4 9 16 and 25, but you are getting a error. Okay, we are getting error. I will see it why I am getting error. I think okay, I have to write here, because map function take it 2 argument. Here map must have at least 2 argument. Okay, I have did a mistake in a writing a parenthesis. Okay, I corrected it. So you will see the output 1 4 9 and 16 25. Okay, whatever operation you want on a iterable object, you can do it using a lambda anonymous function. Okay, and using a map. Mapping is means we are applying the whatever operation we want on a iterable object, so we are using a lambda function. Okay, if I talk about filter function that select the element based on the condition. If condition is true, it will produce a answer like evens. I will write here list. We need to convert to list. Filter, and I will write a here lambda x x x. Okay, here I will write 2. If here I will write numbers. Okay, suppose you want a even number from a list, so we can use the filter as well as lambda function together to get a answer in a single line. So you will see here 2 or 4 is the even number. I will show you the like I take this one. First I comment out what should be the output of it. I write here condition. Okay, this is a condition. I will show you the what should be the output here. Print condition. I will write here 5 suppose, so it should give a false. Yeah, we are getting a false. Okay, if I write here 2, so it should be give a true. Okay, so we have seen how a lambda function giving a boolean value. If it is true, so it will select the number from the list. It is true. If it is false, it will leave it, skip it. Okay, suppose I want a odd number, so how we can do it? So we can do, first I write here odd. Okay, odds. Okay, I will write here odds, and I will write here not equal to, right, and I will run, and you will get a 135. Yeah, we got a 135. And how to use the sorted function. Sorted function we can use and leveraging the power of lambda, which is no small and anonymous function. First I write a students and making a tuple allies. Here I will write 25 and Bob. You can think is a name of a person and corresponding their ages 20, and I can also write here Charlie. Okay, here I will write 22. Yeah, okay, and I want to sort this student list using a lambda function. So one common function is to sorting is sorted. First I write students is using a sorted function, but here is a tuple. Every item in the form of tuple. So we need to sort the second element in a tuple. If it is not tuple, it is a simple number, so we can sort. But it is a tuple, so we need to go into that tuple first. So I will write here students, and after that I will write key. After writing key, I will use a lambda and x, and writing a instead of x I will write item or 1. Here what is going on? We use a key is a parameter. At what parameter you want a sorted. So I use a item. Item means first item will come if this is allies and 25. This tuple will come, and from this tuple I access the 25 using a 1. 0 is the allies, at 1 is 25. So I use a 25, and this is the key they use to sorting the student list. Okay, see the output. Print sorted students. Okay, so you will see Bob 20, 22, 25. Okay, Suppose if you want to sort the, like I will write here, sort from a alphabetically, so you can see here, so I will write it 0. Okay, so A, B and C. Okay, good. And I will show you the one more function, like how we can use the lambda function within the def function. Okay, so I will write here, define multiplier. Okay, I will write n, and I am returning something lambda x, here x. This same example I explained theory part. I want a double of number, so what I will do, I will multiplier and writing it 2. So the n parameter accept the argument value which is 2, so it means s square. If I write any number like double 12, so you will get a 24. Okay, 24. If I write here 120, so we will get a 240. Similarly, I will use, I want a triple of number, I will use triple. Here write multiplier, I will pass it 3, this is exponent value, and I will write triple, I want a triple of 3, so I will get a 27. Okay, triple of 3. Okay, okay, this is a multiplier, not a exponent, so we will get a 3 square means 9. Okay, if I write here 13, so we will get a 39. Okay, so how we can use the lambda function within the def function. So in this lecture I explain the when should I use the lambda function, and how we can use the lambda function within the def function, and how can I combine with the sorted, map as well as filter function. So lambda function you should use when you have a short and simple expression, that is one line expression, and if you don't want to reuse this function, you should use the lambda function. But you should avoid this function use when your function logic is very complex, so you should use the def based function. If you have a multiple expression, so you cannot use the lambda function because it only accepts the single expression, so you should use the def function. So thank you so much everyone. If you have any query, please leave them in a comment section. I'm happy to solve this. Thank you so much everyone. See you in next lecture.